in a way. And yeah, I need my justice. Do you know what I mean? I deserve my justice. I actually do, to be honest. Because people have called me a murderer, they've called me an animal abuser, they've called me all sorts online. They've called me, I would actually class, like, people have called me every single name you can think of. So it's just ridiculous now, do you know what I mean? So I think it's time to, like, seriously, like, start going civil. Yeah, it is slander. And it is time to go civil with it. It really is. Because I've lost at least a few £100,000 from people doing this to me. And I deserve that kind of money because all this, I know that probably will never happen, but the fact that someone has done that to me in my name and and made so much money from me in all clips, it just makes me feel a bit sick because I could have used that money for my family. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, and it's just kind of disgusting. It really is. Yeah, a few 100,000. Yeah, people have made. There was one person that made £17,000. That was just 1 week, and that was like ages ago though. There's a lot of people I'm going to be investigating only because I'm gonna write a full list and everything. So yeah, I am gonna write a full list of everything. That includes a lot of other people as well that have been fucking around with me, and it's not okay. And I'm not here for TikTok drama. I'm here to basically sort my life out, and I'm here to get my fucking justice. And you know, it's not good. Do you know what I mean? You're so full of it. I am. If you think so. You deserve better. I do. I actually do. I really do. I thank you for that, to be honest. Thank you. I do deserve better. I deserve to be treated equally than everyone else. And I don't receive that treatment, unfortunately. Oh yeah, YouTubers as well. I know. Yeah. Yeah, these people will also be reported as well. I already know that person who made a documentary on me. I'm going to talk to him about it as well. I'm going to talk to everyone because I know friends of friends who know these people have made videos on me. So I know people. I won't be able to claim because obviously people one they're doing like because what can happen is when you call something make a serious accusation against someone. Yeah, someone made a documentary and everything. I am reporting that myself as well. I'm going to talk to YouTube about it as well. I'm going to really try and clean everything up because I'm not having that on my name. I'm actually not going to have that. I won't deal with that. And I won't have anyone try and fuck around with me like that. Do you know what I mean? It's disgusting. So, I know I've said this all last year, but I actually need to get my head around this year. And if you see videos randomly dropping offline, things like that, and if you see stuff, then I will keep you updated on how it goes. You can file copyright claims from your videos from YouTube and claim back revenue. Can you actually? I didn't know that. That's good. That is good, to be fair. That is good. Because I'll probably do that as well. Because that could pay for my therapy, do you know what I mean? That could pay for, like, things for my mum. Like, the money I'm entitled to is seriously life-changing. And it's disgusting that people have tried to fuck around with my life like that. Do you know what I mean? So, I'm gonna fight for that fucking money. That's what I'm gonna do. And I don't. I've got everything I need anyway. I got witnesses. I got friends. I got mum as well. I got trans friends as well. I got a lawyer. I got a barrister. I'm gonna try my best to work with it. I'm probably gonna go to Citizens Advice and just ask for like anything, see what could happen potentially. Not gonna lie, it'd be civil and small claims. It's something though, at least, you know what I mean. And I should be entitled to that because people have called me murderer and everything, and And throwing stuff like that around is putting my life in danger. Do you know what I mean? And calling me the P word as well, putting my life in danger. Calling me an animal abuser as well, putting my life in danger. Like, it's really hard to live with. So, going legal with this is probably the best way forward. And, yeah, that's it really. Because it's effing up my mental health, and I'm on sertraline, and that's barely helping, to be honest. So I need therapy. I need, like, what's it called? Cognitive behavioral therapy, which I did have when I was little, but then that didn't really help. But I just need to, like, get professional help. Yeah. How you afford things? Legal things can get expensive very quickly. I'm very much aware of that, so I am going to get some advice. But what I could do is save up and try and do that way, because it's probably all worth it in the end anyway if I save up, and then if I win, I'll get good money, and then I can spend that on my life. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not okay. What it can take years to save up. Yeah, it could take years. It could absolutely, but it's worth it. It's really fucking worth it, because people are trying to actively get me banned from everywhere, ruin my life and things like that. So it's good to go legal with it and fight for my justice, basically, because I'm just so done with it. I honestly am. A GoFundMe. I don't think I would do that. Simply because I don't want to cause anything. So I think I'd probably try and get the money myself in some sort of way, maybe a loan or something. I don't know. I don't think a GoFundMe is necessary for that kind of thing, in my opinion. Yeah. Make merch. Oh, you're doing amazing, Elfie. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Imagine, like, imagine, like, having everything on you and people not knowing everything about you, you know? Like, even with the autism stuff, I would win legally. Because the way people, like, because at the end of the day, right, people who are legal, they don't have a biased opinion on what they see online. They have to look at medical stuff, they have to look at everything, they have to look at, because I was tested for autism, and that was in 2017, August 29th, and that's on my records, you know. And even though I'm not diagnosed, it plays a massive part in it, because what people have said online is they say I've lied about even being tested for it and this, that, and the other, which I haven't. So, you know, it gets to the point where your opinions, like people's opinions, right, are damaging my life, and that's not on. Do you get what I'm saying? Because there's a saying is, people's opinions, when everyone agrees with something, that's the truth, and that isn't okay. Because what the actual truth is what people don't want to agree on, you know, and they'd rather see someone fail and have mental health and break than actually have the truth, you know. Like, for example, like saying divas on the streets, that's a lie. And people have made the disgusting rumour up about that. That I can sue for, because that's not okay. Because you can't be calling me an animal abuser like that. It is so disgusting. And it's not okay to be doing something like that to anyone. Do you know what I mean? Hello, baby. It's an opinion. It's a damaging opinion. And when you say it's fact, because a lot of people go online and say, oh, but this is fact that this Elphaba's done this. It's not a fact, it's an opinion. And that's what I don't like, because people believe that opinion over a trans person trying to defend themselves. Do you know what I mean? I'm just going to say it. That's how it is. Freedom of speech. Correct, freedom of speech, but there's a difference between freedom of speech and hate speech. Hate speech is also a thing, by the way. Understand that. Yeah, Louis. Yeah, I've got evidence of everything. I do. Not as much as you think, Bailey. Not as much as you think. You'd be very surprised. The stuff on live, fair enough. Fair enough, okay? Fair enough. But other things, no. Do you know what I mean? Thank you, Nick. Thank you. Like, with the SHing on live, I will always say sorry for that. I always will be sorry for that. And I am so sorry. From the bottom of my heart for triggering anyone with mental health. And I don't want that to... And I really understand that day I worried a lot of people. And I've done it twice. And when you are like this, you kind of... you act very impulsive, and I'm sorry for what I caused. Ow. I'm sorry for what I caused, and I wish you didn't see that. I really wish you did not see that. And knowing if I was more mature now than I was before, I wouldn't have done it. Because this is not... Do you mind if I explain why I did it on live, the SHing, without trying to make an excuse? It's just hard because I want you to kind of see my point of view, if that's okay. No, okay. Fair enough, I won't then. I won't. Out of respect to you, I won't. But yeah, that won't happen again. And speak your truth. You know, like when you get, I don't know if anyone's, well, the thing is, I don't know if any of you will understand it though, that's the thing. And I don't know if I could talk to you about it because it's like, you probably won't understand it because you've not been through it, you know? Like, having a following and being in the public eye, right? And having all eyes on you. And you just look for that human emotion in people. And the reason why I SH'd, right? And in my mind, I wasn't thinking of anyone at the time. I was thinking about hateful people at the time. And I was basically saying, this is too far. What is it going to take for you to stop, kind of, you know? That's basically what it was like. It was like, what is it going to take for you to stop harassing me, you know? And trying to ruin me. So I did that, and that's how much pain I'm in, you know? And I'm better now, of course. I have gotten a lot better, which is good. And you will never ever see someone like that on live stream ever again, because I understand the safety of everyone, and I don't want anyone seeing someone like that. And now that I look back on it, I regret it deeply, and I wish I never showed SHing on live. really, really wish I never, never ever did. And I am so sorry about that. And you do not have to forgive me, and just sit with it. Don't even, you don't even have to listen to my apology. But I'm just saying, I am sorry, and I just hope you understand that mental health is really difficult to live with, especially when you're neurodivergent and you have to go through all this shit, and you have to go through being bullied, and then every single day people wanting to grape you and harass you and hurt your cat and hurt your family and wanting to like harm you. And it's like, this is why I'm taking a break, because it's just like this app has become so toxic, and it's so it's just not worth it anymore, really, because it's a cycle over and over again, and my life is going nowhere going live at all, like nowhere. And the only way that my life will go forward, and people are right about it, it's if I stop doing personal live streams. So yeah. Sitting there. Hello, you. You eating my hair. Have you fed your cat recently? Yes, I just fed her 30 minutes ago. So yeah. Hello, you. How's your day been? It's been okay. It's been okay. It's been average. I mean, it's been stressful, to be fair. I mean, because obviously my baby, she's obviously got a little eye infection, so I've been giving her eye drops. But her eyes are actually improving very quickly, which is really good to see, because all that gunk is going, which is very good to see. So that's lovely to hear. But yeah. Someone's saying that Alpha, you pretended a serious issue, like Tourette's, and people got offended. I understand that, and I want to apologise about that as well. And I have already apologised at least 50 times. I could probably count, probably more than that on TikTok. And like I've always said, and I always say to the day I die, I do not have Tourette's. I have nervous tics. So people who I'm with in real life, even my mum knows this, and I have a squeak. And I can get quite, so it's either when I get really excited or nervous, and it can just be like I don't know how to describe it. It's always been like that. It's like a squeak, and maybe it's a stim, but I've always had like a squeak, and it can be quite involuntary. Sometimes it's not words. It's never words. And it's always been squeaks. So uneducated me back in the day said it was Tourette's, which obviously no formal diagnosis, nothing like that. And that was quite damaging to say, because I wasn't a prime example of Tourette's. And people, obviously, because I had a platform, people were taking it as an example, which is disgusting, and I'm sorry about that. And I will say that to the day I die. I later then went live with someone called Tourette's that, and that was like in 2022-ish. That was like years ago. And my mum was in the room, and we went live, and he educated me on that, and I actually brought someone with Tourette's on my platform to then basically give a platform, because I've had friends with Tourette's in the past, and I understand how much like pain it can cause, and now that I'm more educated on someone like learning about Tourette's, it's not a joke, and it's not something to be joking about, because it's very hard to live with. I can't imagine, I can't seriously imagine that, to be honest. So I will always say sorry to the Tourette's community forever, ever, ever, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because disability is not a joke, and it's just not okay to be doing something like that. So I have matured. It's been years, and it has been a long time, and I just hope you understand that, and I hope that you don't have to hold on to the past anymore. And yeah, I'm sorry about that, and that is how it is. And if you don't have to take my sorry at all, and I mean that. You don't have to take my sorry whatsoever. You don't have to, and understand that you don't have to take my sorry if this doesn't mean anything to you. I understand that, but will I continue to say sorry and trying to improve myself as a person? 1,000,000%. Do I suffer with tics? Yeah. And it's not nice when it happens, because it can happen really randomly when I'm nervous or when I'm in a shop. Like when I was with my mum almost almost told me to shut up. And it's not even a joke, because it's because I get like I can't explain it to you, but like I get like an electric impulse. Like it's like, I can't explain it to you. It's like it goes up like that, and then I just, like, that's it really. That's all I say. And I don't know why. I can't explain why. Am I going to get that scene? Yeah, obviously. I actually have been trying to get that scene, because I want to understand what it is. But it's not Tourette's. But it's maybe a stim or something. And I have, and people who I have been friends with off live stream, by the way, off live, not on the internet, not anywhere near social media, I have ticked. And I will stress that the day I die. I have ticked. And if anyone who knows me on a night out, things like that, when I get really nervous and overstimulated, I can do that. And it's involuntary, and it's very hard to suppress, because I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, it's just, you know what I mean. Someone said, do you lie about colon cancer? No. That was an edited video of an edit when I was basically because it was clearly edited. So back in 2021, when I was 17, there was an edited video of saying I have but I was actually talking about the C word at the time. And now I'm going to be honest with you, this is a very triggering subject for a lot of people. So if you have been a victim of C, and if you have experienced a loss with C, I am so sorry about that. I was just reading out a comment, and that did just come out, so I'm so sorry about that. I don't want to trigger you. If I have already triggered you, I am sorry about that. Because I understand it can be quite triggering, and it can be quite a sensitive topic to talk about. But I will say this, that was an edited video, and that has been debunked, but obviously people want to hold on to that, because it's very easy to cut a video and then add that on. So that's it really. So yeah. I just hope you kind of get more of an insight of things, because, I'm just kind of sick of the lies. I really am. No, I am sick of the lies. I am. If you think it wasn't edited, I can't stop you. That's an opinion at the end of the day, and I can't change that. Oh, thank you, Siobhan. Hi, Laura. Bear with me. She is so hyper. My favourite meal deal combo from Tesco's is, oh my god, ham cheese, well, the classic ham and cheese sandwich and Pringles and chocolate bar. No, this is a bandana, but she's playing with it. Hold on. It's a bandana, so yeah. I don't know why Imogen's lying in the chat, but you go ahead. Be next story, wouldn't it? Anyway. I mean, I can get mini rolls as a part of my meal deal. Oh, cool. Do you feel you brought a lot of stuff upon yourself? Yes and no. Yes and no, 100%. Yes and no. Yes and no. So that's basically my opinion anyway. Yes and no. Like, I don't think I brought upon myself for people wanting to grape me. That's what I don't think anyway. Because that's just crazy. And then obviously making accounts of my baby cat and all that stuff. So that I've not brought upon myself, and I think if anyone says that, you know, I think that's just weird. And then I think a lot of like reaction I did bring upon myself. Like reaction and reacting and then carrying on the cycle is something I did bring upon myself. But awareness stuff and harassment and people contacting my council and my housing, and I don't really think that is not brought upon myself. That's just people being overly obsessive, and I think that just needs to be called out, to be honest. Because I personally wouldn't do that even if I hated someone. And I think we all need to start calling that out, because it's so bad and it's so ridiculous. And I wouldn't even do it to, personally for me, right, I wouldn't even, have you noticed this, right? I haven't even bothered to contact any of their housing. I know a lot of people's addresses already due to, well, them saying where they are. But I don't bother to contact their council because it's none of my fucking business, their housing. They have a life. Even though they hate me to my guts. They hate me so much to my guts. I wouldn't even bother trying to make them homeless because I'm not a fucking evil person. You know? I'm not. I wouldn't do that to them. Even if they want to do it to me. I wouldn't do it to them. I remember that. Can you see why? And that's where it draws the line, is contacting people's councils, family, putting children at risk, animals at risk. It's too far and it's disgusting, and it's something that needs to be addressed, and it's really wrong, and it should not be online or social media whatsoever. And people who are doing stuff like that are the dangerous people, and it's not really good to be doing this to anyone on TikTok, including other people who may make videos on me, which I am aware that people have made videos, but they've also been a victim of this harassment. And I mean, Scouse Slayer is a perfect example, to be honest. You know, she's been a victim of things as well, even though we don't see eye to eye, which is fair enough. But going too far with things online, you know, it happens to Scout Slayer, it's happened to me, it's happened to a lot of other people. And it's just not okay to be going this crazy and contacting places and making people's lives, well, a really hard place to live. There is so much darkness in this world anyway. Why should we all care about where we live or who they are? Or, you know, like, it's just weird. And I personally wouldn't want to, even for me personally, right, to the awareness community, if you're watching, I will never bother finding out where you live and contact your council. But if you're going to do it to me and try and make me homeless, then that says what kind of people you are, and the consequences of your actions will follow up, and that's how it will be. And that is how it will be, and you'll be reported because it's not on whatsoever. Because now I've got a baby cat and everything. You really want to put her through stress? Do you know what I mean? It's just not okay. No, that is not my own fault. That's an opinion. That's not my own fault. Some things online, fair enough, you know, I do bring upon myself. But stuff like this, when it's my personal life, is not my fault. Why is someone's actions my fault? That doesn't make any sense. Do you get what I'm saying? Why is someone's actions wanting to stalk me is my fault? Why are you blaming it on me? That makes no sense. Because if I was to say it to you, you would be like, what? You know? So, understand, you know what I mean? I understand my actions are mine alone, yeah. But people's reactions are your choice. And when they go too far, that's not my fault. That's ridiculous. That's when it gets... Because people start to kind of... Because when someone gets a lot amount of hate, and by I mean a lot of hate, people start to think... They start to get greedy. So they start to be like, let's harass them a bit more because we're not going to get in trouble. And then let's keep going further and 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 further until she's dead. And then when someone's dead, we only were playing, we were joking around, we're so sorry about this. You know. This is why I'm leaving TikTok. Because that's not going to get to that point for me. But that's how far people will go. And that's how scary it is. And that is what I don't like. And that is the people that are dangerous. And if you disagree with that, then there's a problem with you. And I will say that, and I don't care what your response is. Really don't. Anyway. Oh my god. You're not leaving us. No, I will, eventually. Well, a break anyway. I really, really just want to be gone from this app. Well, this live stream app anyway. And then just do vlogs. Because honestly, and it's not even a fucking joke. Like, you can say all you want, but I really want to go. You know, and that's what I'm trying to say. Do you know what I mean? You won't leave, you can't stay away. Oh no, I can, and I probably will. A strong support system. Yeah, I am getting one, to be fair. Let's be honest, you're not going to sleep TikTok, you love the drama. I actually don't. I really don't. But you do, and I don't. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Will I be back tomorrow? I don't know. But I'm doing it gradually, so I'm not like leaving like cold turkey or anything. I have to do it gradually because I am addicted to it. But tonight I've been live for 51 minutes. That's very good. So that's less than 2 hours. Usually I do 2 hours. So that's an hour less, which is good. And then I'll be back tomorrow and I'll probably do another hour. And then next day will probably be like 30 minutes. And then I'll just gradually go down. So yeah. If you hate it, well, I've been doing this for 5 years, so naturally my body is very used to a routine of going live for anything at this point. So you kind of got to understand that this is an addiction, and this addiction needs to be maintained. And it's been a big part of my life, so it needs to slowly kind of die out, basically. And it needs to be controlled and maintained. So yeah, I'll go live for an hour. That's probably a good on spot. And then so I'll be live for 6 more minutes. 6 more minutes, then I'll have to go. Ow! Why are you attacking me? You love how I do my base. Aw, that's lovely. Well, what I use is I use a good skincare routine. I use so what I tend to do is I usually use Medicube collagen serum. Then I use the TikTok shop stuff, which is really good. And that makes my skin nice and smooth. And then I let that sit. And then I put on Elf primer. And then that's how I get a good base, because primer is really important. And Elf primer, there's no denying it is so good, to be honest. So yeah. Perfume haul. I do have some perfumes, to be fair, but yeah. Yeah. 54 minutes, that's good. You love your makeup so... Oh, thank you. I mean, do you know what? Sometimes it does look fucking crusty, to be fair.
I want to demonstrate for you...
Hold on.
A voice feminization tip that is insanely simple and easy to do. Hello. What I am demonstrating right now is a little tail that I am adding to the end of many of my words. This helps us promote 3 voice feminization concepts. Sharpness in our pronunciation, softness and graduality in our offsets, and vowel elongation. In order to promote...
I'm not American though, that probably won't work.
The sound that we are going to create is not going to be an
She's absolutely nuts. Like, it worries me. Oh wait, I'll show you my makeup. This is me. Well, that's like no filter anyway. You can see the texture on my skin. but texture makeup is quite normal. Celebrities have it as well, you know what I mean? Like, not everything is a filter, you know? You're saying it looks bad, but yet you call it a filter when I zoom out. You know? It's all the same. Is that sweat? No, it's highlighter, but it looks like sweat, which is a bit annoying, to be fair. But yeah. I mean, that was me, like, on the tube with makeup, which is... Anyway, that's my Instagram if you want to give it a follow. You have to be 18, though, to follow my Instagram account. Obviously, you're all 18 here. But let me just show you. It's your account, isn't it? And then it's other. Oh yeah, like people say like I'm meta verified, but I'm not subscribed and I'm verified. I'm actually verified on here, by the way, like properly. Other, and here. So I just hope you all know that. Sick of the bullshit. Anyway. But no, it's not paid for because it would say I'm meta verified. Right, let me just show you. Right. Ow! You're running on my face. So this, right, is not paid for. Because if you go on here, right, then I go on to account types. It says not subscribed. Now, if I was meta verified, it would say, not to be rude, but I'm very much verified. So, if people want to come at me, that's fine, but I'm properly verified. And I have been for a while anyway, and my TV appearances and my articles got me verified. And people I know at Instagram got me verified as well. Someone said that said trial. Yes, it said trial if you pay. If you look back on the clip, you'll see. Because it's trial for your first month. That says you paid for it. No, it doesn't, because it says not subscribed. Fair enough if you think I paid for it at this point. You know what I mean? I'll do one more. Right here. Go here. Right. Look slowly. In the comments, oh my god, you literally showed it. I know. We're doing it one more time. Right, it says count types, right? Meta verified. Okay. Click. This, it says trial benefit. Another trial benefit. See? I'm not meta verified. Oh, I don't want to show my fucking bank card. Okay. I hope you know I'm actually verified. Okay. So, yeah. Not to be rude or anything, but it's okay. It's fine. You don't have to be sorry. I'm treated as a celebrity on Instagram, so technically I am an infamous celebrity. Infamous. But it's still a part of something, I guess, or other. I mean, it's a badge. It just gets you verified. It basically, all it does is it just gives you authenticity of who you are and what you do, basically. So, yeah. Someone said you just paid for it. I give up. I actually give up. I give up. I give up. I can't be asked anymore. Oh my god. I said, do you want to cancel? Okay. If you think so. If you think so. Oh yeah, I have to go. I have to go. Sorry. Right, I'm going. Have a beautiful day. I'm heading off for the night. Gonna watch TV. Yeah. Have a lovely day. Yeah.